What's going on YouTube? It's Bushy's mama. How about that Dimash digital concert? It was fabulous. There are pros and cons to that. I thought the digital effects were great and amazing, but I certainly missed the interaction and the little talks that Dimash gave between songs that in a real concert, and the interaction between the deers and him. So, but it was fabulous. We watched it as a Bushy fam, and so it was great. We enjoyed it. I also want to say I apologize. Holy cow, I'm not good at this, but I put up, I need to go in if I mess up and have to restart, I need to go in and take that old video off immediately, because that one I put up was a non-completed one. It was a mess up. So we can just consider those my bloopers. Let's do that. Those are my bloopers. Those are the bloopers. And so I just now uploaded the one from last night. So here is the second part of the Dimash Show Rising documentary. However, I'm still flying high from the concert, so.
Мен осыдан 8 жыл бұрын жас хат байқауына қатысқан кезімде маған бас жүлде беріп, үлкен сахналарға қадам басуыма ерекше себепкер болған кісілер.
Когда он пришел на конкурс,
it was immediately clear that he is the winner when he entered the contest. He had excellent background, wonderful voice, and he has a good hearing. It was very clear that he would be the Grand Prix winner of the Jazz Kanat competition. Our task was to push him and make him more dynamic, and to get him out to the world. He quickly realized this and learned as much as he could at Jazz Kanat. He repeatedly says that the things he learned at the competition were very useful for his future career. He was sociable, easy to communicate with. All the other contestants loved him.
You can tell that by the way when he's singing and they flash to the other contestants and how they look so pleased that he's doing so well in most competitions, even in the I Am a Singer. I know this one is a different competition, but I'm sure it'll be just like that in every competition he is in.
The artist with an incredible vocal performance was also noticed by the organizers of the Ukrainian Oriental Slavic Bazaar competition. He was invited to participate in this contest. Dimash agreed and took the first step beyond the boundaries of Kazakhstan's music space.
Look at him smiling at himself. He's that's cute. Smiling, watching himself.
Dimash won the first place at the Oriental Slavic Bazaar in Yalta. 6 months later, his incredible voice was heard over the waves of Issyk-Kul. He participated in the popular music festival Make in Asia in Kyrgyzstan.
The biggest international competition after Jazz Kanat that has a large jury, large audience, and a variety of participating countries is the Kyrgyz Make in Asia Festival. It was held in Issyk-Kul. Everyone was surprised to see Dimash at the competition, but he had actually been to this contest when he
Why were they surprised?
was young. We arrived a few days earlier at Cholpon-Ata so that Dimash could rest and familiarize himself with the place. Lake Issyk was quite cool at that time, so we were worried that we would get a cold. One day before the performance, his mother and I had to urgently leave for work, and we left him in the care of our friends. We were very worried because support is very important for an artist before his performance. We reminded him that he's participating in an international competition and he is representing Kazakhstan. Therefore, he needs to sing proudly and with dignity. We were constantly worried about him throughout the journey back to Kazakhstan. Even when we were at home, he didn't call us with the great news.
Dimash Kudaibergen, Kazakhstan!
Аплодисменты, Волчалар, Казахстан, Гран-при, Димаш Кудайберген!
Мы поздравляем вас еще раз с победой. Это упорная борьба и, наконец, существенный результат. Спасибо вам большое.
Это труд, во-первых, моих учителей, поскольку я хотел бы выразить свои благодарности моему преподавателю. Опять же скажу, заслуженному деятелю культуры Казахстана Марату Атимову Олжабаевичу. Это его труд, я просто показываю его работы.
Я согласен, что в мировом масштабе
I have to agree that on a global scale, Dimash became famous because of the Chinese I Am a Singer competition. And on the CIS scale among the Russian-speaking countries, he became famous because of the Oriental Slavic Bazaar event. But I want to add that in Kazakhstan, Dimash became well-known from the Jazz Kanat competition, where he won the Grand Prix prize. The contest is based on natural talents, and the levels of competitions are different, but I think it's important to remember where we all came from. That small success became an impetus to his development and great success. I wouldn't compare these competitions like some people do based on a scale or numerical terms like 15 million or several billion.
страны, где население просто побольше.
The performance at the Oriental Slavic Bazaar brought even greater fame to the talented artist.
I hope that he's getting pleasure by watching his early videos, because a lot of people just pick out any little negative and see only the negatives of their, well, you know, previous performances or whatever. But he's smiling. He can see where he hit the mark and that he was developing. It is true. I mean, he has come a long way even since then. How old was he when he hit that D8 the first time?
Витебскіден болып атырған конкурста.
We watched the competition in Vitebsk on the internet. We were so happy. I become teary-eyed whenever I think about it, until now. All our neighbors came to us that night. They knew we were awake and worried. And we shared this victory with them. These were indescribable feelings.
Димаша я впервые увидела на славянском базаре.
The first time I saw Dimash was at the Oriental Bazaar, and I noticed that he was a very talented young man, and I remembered his name. And the second time I saw him was at the I Am a Singer competition. He clearly conquered the world with his talent and artistry. I began to try to learn more about him. I really admired his creativity.
Я восхищалась им.
на славянский базар.
Even before he conquered the Oriental Slavic Bazaar and surprised everyone at the I Am a Singer competitions, Dimash has won many different contests in Kazakhstan, including one of the most prestigious competitions, Jazz Kanat, which paved the way for many talented Russian performers. But in my opinion, Dimash was recognized on a global scale after performing at international venues. But in my opinion, Dimash was recognized on a global scale after performing at international venues in Vitebsk, Yalta, and China. And this is normal. He needs to grow and develop. His future path is to go to the West and gradually conquer the planet through the Slavic world, through the Asian world.
Мына байқауларға барып, жеңісті болып қайтып жүргеннен кейін, мына жас қанат байқауы, одан кейін халықаралық байқаулар бар. Ол кезде мектепте 11-ші сынып оқитын кезім ғой негізінде. Бірақ 9 бітіріп колледжге түскесін 2-ші курстың уақытында, сол шамада байқаулардан келіп жүргеннен кейін ағай маған 4 қойып бастады экзамендерге. Бәріне 5. Димаш Кудайберген, у вас 4 дейді. Үндемеймін тағы да. Жарайды деймін, тағы бір экзамен болады, 4 қояды. Содан кейін әбден колледжде бітіргелі жатқан кезімізде менің мына құжатым бар ғой, зачетка. Соны бермейтін маған ешқашанда. Содан кейін барып колледжде бітіргеннен кейін зачетканы алып қарасам, ол 4 қоймаған. 5 қоя берген, сонда мен дейтін бірнеше жыл алдырған болып тұр. Бірақ соның арқасында мына шабыттануға деген кішкене бір рефлекс сияқты бір нәрсе қалып қойды деп ойлаймын. Сол себептен ағайымызға мынандай ерекше методикасымен.
So that could have gone two ways. If he wasn't getting the right feedback, it could have discouraged him. But instead, he dug deeper and deeper and deeper. And then the truth of the matter was, he was making A's the whole time. I don't know if I agree with that technique. It worked for Dimash, but I'm not sure it would work for everybody. Other people may have been discouraged.
Бізді дәріптеп тәрбиелегендігі үшін шын жүректен рахмет айтамын.
Many people often asked him about his source of inspiration. He revealed his secret in 2015.
Вот, улыбка матери дает многое.
The performance at the Oriental Slavic Bazaar brought even greater fame to the talented artist. The next step for Dimash is the Chinese song competition I Am a Singer.
Димаш поехал на конкурс I Am Singer, и мы тогда впервые...
Dimash went to the I Am a Singer contest, and then we witnessed the reaction of the Chinese public. In general, we understood the nature of the contest and how important it was, because it immediately spread around the world and received public recognition from all over the world. It was such a bomb that blew up his performance. Everything happened at once. All the famous star bloggers, the famous artists from different countries started talking about him, about his phenomenon.
That makes me want to go back and watch the first... I have recently been thinking of going back and watching the first performance that I ever saw of those that are my absolute favorites. And, you know, of course, Dimash is there. And I do remember that when he hit that note, I about fell out of my chair. I do, watching those reactors, it made me want to go back and look at myself and see my reaction.
And until today, continue to admire him. I was on tour in Italy and met with the famous Italian singer Albano. He invited me to his hacienda Felicita, and there he told me that he admired Dimash and wanted to sing with him in a duet.
Dimash did not win the I Am a Singer contest, but the resounding success lined up a whole queue of world stars who dreamed of singing a duet with him. Immediately after the end of the competition in China, Dimash Kudaibergen performed a concert in Kazakhstan.
Look at him bopping to his music. Well, you know, he probably bops to that song because it's about his country, and so he's just bopping along with it.
He always remembers his roots. He uses ethnic elements in every show. The singer with a unique voice plans to meet with his fans at home every year. In 2019, in the honor of the anniversary of the Kazakh capital, Dimash prepared his gift, a mega show, Arnau. In the same dressing room, on the eve of the big concert in Kazakhstan's capital, Dimash shares his fears.
Через это каждый раз прохожу, и каждый раз, заметьте, я себя чувствую прям студентом музыкального колледжа или консерватории постоянно. Если учитывая то, что мой педагог по вокалу, который взрастил меня, он будет сидеть в зале, это вдвойне большой удар.
The Kazakh artist's future program is to go on a second tour. One of the main locations of the tour is New York.
Несколько часов назад завершился первый сольный концерт Димаша Кудайбергена в Нью-Йорке. На знаменитой арене Барклайс-центр, где выступали такие звезды, как Мадонна, Бейонсе, Риhanna, Пол Маккартни и другие, казахстанский певец представил программу «Арнау».
A world star without reference to any country. He is considered as a big star in China. He also received a proposal to represent Russia at one of the most prestigious vocal competitions. But his modesty and education background do not allow him to do that. He doesn't like praises very much because he believes that he has not earned it yet. However, his name is already on the list with the legendary Frank Sinatra and Elvis Presley. His singing is appreciated not only by his first vocal coach, Marat Aitimov. Many leading music experts are interested in his voice and ability. They post their ratings on social media platforms and on YouTube.
The way that he executed that was like this. Like a tiger pouncing on its prey. I am here and I'm gonna get that note. I'm owning that sucker. And he did. So his technique was awesome, but also the amount of courage it takes to go for that wide of a note in front of a big audience is huge. Mad props to him for that. That was awesome.
That going way down and then in the next bit going way up, you know, he is just phenomenal.
It was, you know, basically it was almost 100% perfect. Singers that are able to do that, it shows that they have unbelievable agility to their voices, that they're able to go so heavy into their voices, back off, and without ever, having their voice glitch at all. So definitely an amazing singer, this Dimash is.
Как вам момент, который можно назвать кантотерапией?
How do you like the moment that is called cantotherapy, which Dimash has created? When people come from distant countries and they admit that they were cured from a certain sickness because they listened to Dimash's songs. I think he has already created this
Я думаю,
phenomenon.
что он уже создал это направление.
Anita Ray Ward from New Zealand is not just one of the dears. Her story is a real miracle. She had a complex form of kidney cancer. She heard Dimash's incredible voice on the internet and she began to search about the singer and where does he live. She decided that she must see him in real life. She has been preparing for this moment for several months. She began to monitor her health and decided to cross 6 countries with small stops until she reached Kazakhstan. She was met by Dimash's family in Kazakhstan. Anita Rai Ward became an honored guest in the artist's house, and upon returning home to New Zealand, she surprised the doctors with her health condition, which has magically improved. Anita Rai Ward has started Dimash's fan club in New Zealand.
сөздің шынына келгенде мен ешқандай ондай.
But a lot of healing does come through. I'm not saying he heals, believe me, but your attitude and your stress level and there's just a lot that goes into how a body heals. And I believe that his music has healing properties for emotional areas, and the emotions have a lot to do with the physical healing. Not everything, not the whole package, but it does help.
Енді қасиетім жоқ негізінде ол көрермендердің менің өнеріме деген берген бағасы деп білемін. Менің әнімді тыңдап отқан кезде бір ерекше эмоцияға бөленіп, өзінің жаңағы дерттерін ұмытып кетіп жатқандықтан сөйтіп ойлап қалған шығар. Ләйім солай болсын, барлық әлемдегі барлық адамдар дерттен айықсын, әлемдегі барлық адамдар бақытты болсын, аман болсын. Және де ең бастысы әрбір елдің бейбіт өмір сүруіне, жақсы күн кешуіне шын жүректен тілектеспін.
Dimash.
I'm tearing up on that one. We really do need. I mean, here in the U.S., things are out of control. I've never seen it like this, and just peace in your country, much less, and then peace in the world. I would love that.
Currently has many plans. He does not only want to sing, he believes that he should constantly develop himself.
He would like to further his education in the future since he has completed his graduate master's program. He only has to complete the doctoral studies now. Studying in university gives a great advantage because he can communicate with other young people and be creative while studying. It is necessary to learn throughout life. Probably these qualities would help him to go further and grow. We are thinking that maybe he could join the Los Angeles Institute of Music or Harvard University or other famous institutions in the world. I think he is interested in it because Dimash is the kind of person who wants to continue improving himself and discover something new.
There are many ways to look at Dimash's work, what he has achieved and what he has yet to achieve. It is difficult to predict. It is all in the future. Today, the whole world has already recognized the Kazakh language through his song.
маған деген ақ тілегін жаудырып жатырған барлық көрерменге шын жүректен рахмет айтамын. Сол маған жаудырып жатырған тілектердің бәрін өздеріңізге де соны тілеймін. Аман болыңыздар, ел болайық, аман болайық, бірлігіміз ешқашанда сарқылмасын. Thank you very much.
Wow, watching that right on the heels of the concert too. This has been a great morning for me. What in the world? Okay. I loved it. There was something I wanted to add when I was sitting there watching him watch himself. Can't remember. That's why I stop and say it at the time, is because by the end of the video, if I had tried to remember all the things I wanted to say, right through the old brain. But, oh, I know. I wish I had the ability. Well, maybe not. I don't really want the... I'm conflicted about wanting the ability to speak about his technical amazement. But I can't. I mean, those people were great. I can just talk about how you can have the best performer in the world, and if he is not a quality person, then he's, you know, he loses a lot in my book. And I get frustrated with artists who have such a great gift and then squander it, you know. And that's why I really appreciate him and his art and his soul. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. We'll need to talk about how awesome the new songs are. I can't wait to react to some of them. I mean, weren't there like at least 4 new songs at the concert? I kept going on the fan page and going, is this a new song? Is this a new song? And they'd go, yes, yes. So I also realized that I need to, I mean, I love hearing his voice, and a lot of times don't care if I know the lyrics, but if I could familiarize myself more with each song's lyrics so that I can throw myself into the song even more. I'm already immersed with his vocals and with his presence, but I feel like I need to. I showed Bushy Dad. I kept the ones I could pull up for Translate and had him read them while Dimash was singing. And he said, this really does help to have the song in some context. So I just need to get more familiar. I hope you enjoyed this. And please subscribe if you are interested in having the kind of content that we have, you know, international and not just Dimash. Try something new. Try to find somebody you haven't heard of, sounds interesting, and just give it a go. That's how we found Dimash and several others. So if you like this video, push like. If you didn't, push dislike, but please leave a comment down in the comment section explaining why. So until next time, YouTube, smile like you mean it from the Bushy fam.